Once upon a time in the bustling city of New York, there lived a young woman named Emma. She had always dreamed of exploring the world, meeting new people, and experiencing different cultures. However, there was one thing that held her back: her English-speaking skills. Although Emma was fluent in her native Spanish, she struggled with English, which made her feel shy and self-conscious. Emma knew that to achieve her dreams, she needed to improve her English. One sunny morning, she decided to take the first step. She enrolled in an English language course at a nearby community center. The course promised to teach English through engaging stories, which excited Emma. Emma arrived at the community center filled with nervous energy. The classroom was bright and welcoming, with posters of famous landmarks from around the world. She found a seat and glanced around at her fellow students, all eager to learn. Their teacher, Mr. Johnson, was a cheerful man with a passion for languages. He began the class with a simple story about a boy named Tom who traveled to London. As Mr. Johnson read the story aloud, Emma listened attentively, repeating the sentences after him. The repetition helped her gain confidence in her pronunciation. After class, Emma decided to practice speaking English every day. She set a goal to learn 5 new words each day and use them in sentences. She also started watching English movies with subtitles and listening to English songs. This immersive approach helped her become more familiar with the language. One day, while practicing in a park, Emma met a friendly woman named Lily. Lily was also learning English and suggested they practice together. They decided to meet every afternoon to have conversations in English. This was a turning point for Emma. Speaking with someone else who was also learning made her feel more comfortable and less afraid of making mistakes. Emma and Lily's daily practice sessions soon turned into a cherished routine. They would choose a different topic each day and take turns telling stories. Emma found that storytelling was not only fun but also an effective way to improve her vocabulary and sentence structure. She started to feel more confident in her ability to express herself in English. One afternoon, Emma and Lily decided to visit a local cafe to practice ordering in English. Emma felt a surge of nervousness as they approached the counter, but she remembered the stories she had practiced and took a deep breath. "I'd like a cappuccino, please," she said clearly. The barista smiled and handed her the coffee. Emma felt a sense of accomplishment. As weeks turned into months, Emma's English-speaking skills improved significantly. She could hold conversations with ease and even started thinking in English. Her newfound confidence opened up new opportunities for her. She made friends from different parts of the world and learned about their cultures and traditions. One day, Emma received an email from a travel agency offering a job as a tour guide for Spanish-speaking tourists visiting New York. This was her dream job. She applied immediately and was thrilled when she got the position. Her English skills would be crucial in communicating with her colleagues and providing an excellent experience for the tourists. On her first day as a tour guide, Emma felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. She greeted the group of tourists with a warm smile and introduced herself in English. As the tour progressed, she shared fascinating stories about the city's landmarks, seamlessly switching between English and Spanish. The tourists were impressed, and Emma felt proud of how far she had come. Emma's journey didn't stop there. She continued to improve her English by reading books, attending language exchange events, and even joining a local theater group. Performing in English plays helped her gain fluency and expressiveness. She discovered a love for acting and found it to be a wonderful way to practice English in a creative environment. One evening, after a successful performance, Emma reflected on her journey. She realized that learning English had not only opened doors to new opportunities but had also made her a more confident and happy person. She had met incredible people, experienced new cultures, and discovered hidden talents within herself. Emma decided to share her story with others who were learning English. She started a blog where she wrote about her experiences and provided tips and resources for improving English speaking skills. Her blog became popular among language learners worldwide, and she received heartfelt messages from people who were inspired by her journey. One of Emma's readers, a young man named Carlos from Brazil, reached out to her. He was struggling with English and felt discouraged. Emma remembered how she had felt at the beginning of her journey and decided to help him. They began to have weekly video calls where they practiced speaking English together. Carlos's confidence grew, and he started to see improvement in his language skills. Emma's efforts to help others didn't go unnoticed. She was invited to speak at an international conference on language learning. Standing on stage in front of a large audience, Emma shared her story and the importance of perseverance and practice. Her message resonated with many, and she received a standing ovation. Back in New York, Emma continued to enjoy her work as a tour guide. She found joy in sharing her love for the city with visitors from around the world. Every day was a new adventure, and she cherished the connections she made with people from different backgrounds. One day, Emma received a call from her parents in Spain. They had noticed how much her English had improved and were incredibly proud of her. They planned a visit to New York to see her in action as a tour guide. Emma was thrilled and couldn't wait to show them around the city that had become her second home. When her parents arrived, Emma took them on a special tour of New York. She introduced them to her friends, including Lily, and showed them the places that had been important in her journey. Her parents were amazed by her fluency in English and the confidence she exuded. As Emma stood at the top of the Empire State Building with her parents, she felt a profound sense of happiness. She had come a long way from the shy girl who struggled with English. Through dedication, practice, and the support of friends and family, she had transformed her dreams into reality. Emma's story is a testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of stepping out of one's comfort zone. Learning a new language can be challenging, but with determination and the right mindset, it is possible to achieve great things. Emma's journey continues to inspire many, reminding them that happiness and success come from taking small steps every day toward their goals. As Emma stood atop the Empire State Building, the city lights twinkling like stars below, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. Her parents beamed with pride, and her friends cheered her on, knowing how much she had achieved. This moment was a culmination of all her hard work, but it was also a new beginning. Back at the community center where her journey had begun, Emma decided to give back. She volunteered to help new students who, like her once, were hesitant to speak English. She remembered how important it had been to have supportive people around her, and she wanted to be that person for others. One evening, Emma met a young woman named Anna from Russia. Anna was struggling with the same fears Emma had faced. Emma took Anna under her wing, sharing her own experiences and encouraging her to practice daily. They began with simple conversations and gradually moved to more complex discussions. Emma also started a small study group at the community center. The group met twice a week, and they used storytelling as a tool to learn English. Emma encouraged everyone to write and share their stories. The group quickly became a close-knit community, supporting each other and celebrating every small victory. Meanwhile, Emma's blog continued to grow. She received messages from people all over the world, sharing their own language learning journeys and seeking advice. Emma's story had become a beacon of hope for many. She decided to compile her experiences and tips into a book, hoping to reach an even wider audience. The book, titled Speak Your Story: A Journey to Fluent English, was a labor of love. Emma poured her heart into it, sharing not just language tips but also the emotional ups and downs of her journey. When the book was published, it received rave reviews. Readers appreciated the practical advice and the heartfelt narrative. One day, Emma received an invitation to appear on a popular talk show. The host had read her book and was moved by her story. Emma was both excited and nervous. This would be a new challenge, but she was ready. On the day of the interview, she walked onto the set with confidence, her smile reflecting the happiness she felt inside. During the interview, Emma spoke about her journey, the importance of perseverance, and the joy of connecting with people from different cultures. The audience was captivated, and Emma felt a deep sense of accomplishment. She had not only improved her own life but also inspired countless others. As Emma's public profile grew, she was invited to conduct workshops and seminars on language learning. She traveled to different countries, sharing her story and teaching others how to improve their English through storytelling and daily practice. Each trip was an opportunity to meet new people and learn about their cultures. Back in New York, Emma's life was filled with meaningful work and wonderful friendships. She continued to guide tourists, teach at the community center, and connect with her blog readers. Her life was a testament to the fact that happiness and success come from continuous growth and the courage to pursue one's dreams. Emma's relationship with her parents grew stronger as well. They visited her often, and she took them to new places she had discovered. Her parents were amazed by how much she had grown and how well she had adapted to life in a new country. They were proud of her accomplishments and the person she had become. One winter evening, as Emma sat by the fireplace, she reflected on her journey. She thought about the young woman who had been afraid to speak English and how far she had come. The memories of her struggles and triumphs filled her with gratitude. She realized that her journey was not just about learning a language but about finding herself and her place in the world. Emma's heart was full of joy. She had discovered that the key to happiness was continuous learning, connecting with others, and sharing her story. Her life was a beautiful tapestry woven with threads of different cultures, languages, and experiences. And so, Emma continued to live her dream, always learning, always growing, and always finding new ways to help others on their journey. Her story was a reminder to everyone that with determination, support, and a little bit of courage, anything is possible. And in the end, the journey itself is the greatest reward. One spring morning, Emma woke up to a flurry of emails. Among them was an invitation from a prestigious international conference on language and culture to be held in Tokyo, Japan. The conference organizers had heard about Emma's inspiring journey and wanted her to be a keynote speaker. Emma was thrilled and a little nervous. Speaking at such a high-profile event was a significant honor and responsibility. Emma spent the next few weeks preparing for her presentation. She wanted to share not only her journey but also practical tips and strategies for learning English through storytelling. She also decided to include success stories from the community center in her blog, showcasing the diverse and inspiring journeys of language learners from around the world. When Emma arrived in Tokyo, she was greeted by a bustling metropolis that was both modern and deeply rooted in tradition. She took some time to explore the city, visiting temples, trying new foods, and meeting locals. These experiences enriched her understanding of different cultures and reinforced the importance of language as a bridge between people. On the day of the conference, Emma walked onto the stage with a sense of calm and confidence. She began her speech by recounting her own struggles and triumphs, then transitioned into sharing the stories of others she had helped. The audience was captivated by her authenticity and the practical advice she offered. Her message was clear. Learning a language is not just about memorizing words and rules. It's about immersing oneself in stories, cultures, and human connections. After her speech, Emma was approached by numerous attendees who were moved by her story. They shared their own experiences and thanked her for the inspiration. Emma felt a deep sense of fulfillment knowing that her journey was making a difference in so many lives. As the conference came to a close, Emma was invited to join a panel discussion with other language experts. The discussion covered various topics, from innovative teaching methods to the cultural nuances of language learning. Emma shared her insights and learned from the experiences of her fellow panelists. It was a rich exchange of ideas that further fueled her passion for language education. Back in New York, Emma's life continued to be a whirlwind of activities. She balanced her work as a tour guide, her volunteer efforts at the community center, and her growing role as a public speaker and author. Despite her busy schedule, she always made time for personal growth and relaxation. She attended yoga classes, explored new hobbies like painting, and enjoyed quiet evenings reading by the fireplace. One day, Emma received a letter from a publishing house interested in translating her book into multiple languages. They believed that her story had universal appeal and could inspire language learners worldwide. Emma was excited about the opportunity to reach an even broader audience. She worked closely with translators to ensure that the essence of her message was preserved in each language. As the translated editions of her book were released, Emma began receiving messages from readers in countries she had never visited. They shared how her book had motivated them to pursue their own language learning journeys. Emma was touched by the global impact of her work and felt a renewed sense of purpose. Emma's efforts also attracted the attention of educational institutions. She was invited to collaborate with schools and universities to develop language learning programs based on her methods. She worked with educators to create curricula that emphasized storytelling, cultural immersion, and practical speaking skills. These programs were well received and implemented in various institutions, further spreading her influence. One summer, Emma decided to organize a language learning retreat in a serene countryside location. She invited participants from around the world to join her for a week of intensive language practice, cultural exchange, and personal growth. The retreat was a huge success, with attendees forming deep connections and making significant progress in their language skills. Emma's journey also inspired her to start a scholarship fund for underprivileged students who wanted to learn English. She believed that financial barriers should not prevent anyone from pursuing their dreams. The scholarship fund provided resources for language courses, materials, and cultural experiences. Emma was gratified to see the positive impact it had on the lives of the recipients. As the years passed, Emma continued to evolve and grow. She remained dedicated to her mission of promoting language learning and cultural understanding. Her work brought her to new places, introduced her to amazing people, and allowed her to make a meaningful difference in the world. One evening, as Emma sat by the window of her apartment overlooking the city, she reflected on her journey once again. She thought about the shy young woman who had walked into the community center all those years ago, unsure of herself and her abilities. She marveled at how far she had come and the incredible experiences she had gained along the way. Emma knew that her journey was far from over. There were still many stories to tell, languages to learn, and people to inspire. She felt a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunities she had been given and the support she had received. Her heart was full of joy and anticipation for the adventures that lay ahead. And so, Emma continued her journey, always learning, always growing, and always finding new ways to share her story and help others on their path to language fluency and personal fulfillment. Her life was a testament to the power of perseverance, the joy of connecting with others, and the endless possibilities that come from embracing new challenges with an open heart and a curious mind.